Hey, how's everybody doing today? My name is Ricardo Cordu. I want to welcome you to day number 17 of the Walk With Me Challenge. And so you asked Ricardo, what is the Walk With Me Challenge? Basically, I'm dedicating 21 days straight to doing some type of walking or working out for at least 30 minutes. And what I've been doing, I've been coming on with the hopes of sharing some things that I've learned and been through over my life that you could use to maybe apply to your life to see you get through to that next stage, that next advance in your life. And so we've been really talking about, what successful people do to keep growing. And we've hit a lot of, I've shared a lot of different information. And we talked about, your belief system. We talked about getting a mentor. We talked about assessing things, asking yourself the right questions. We talked about massive action. We talked about learning during massive action. We talked about connecting with others and unifying things and growing through things. And we talked about, being serious and taking the time out to really find your why, find why you're doing it, what you're called to do, about doing, having all the things that you're called to have, and being who you're called to be, and doing the things that you're called to do, and doing it focus-wise and locking in. And so we've covered all this journey, right? And all these things are principles. These are success things that people do to keep growing in life. And so today brings me to time. It's going to take time. Like, some people want things to happen really fast, but you have to give yourself time to learn, time to grow, and time to experience. Some things you can avoid experiencing because you have your mentor, right? But some things you just have to go through so you can learn who you are and and not only who you are, but how you are going to keep growing and be that leader that you're called to be. Time, it allows your wisdom to grow. It allows your communication to grow. It allows your finances to build up. And so, for instance, now we also talked about goal setting and doing that 1, 3, 5, 10, 20 year time frame of goal setting, right? So if something will take 20 years and you're in year 3, you can't be frustrated with the process. And so I think the biggest thing is successful people do not get frustrated with the process, the pipeline of your journey, right, of life. Because some things that you have planned for 20 years, you got to get your finances up to a certain point where you can leverage. You have to, when it comes to business, not only your finances, you have the organizational structure built correctly for you to leverage. When it comes to your relationships, maybe you might plan to have kids and different things like that, or go get your master's or whatever like that. It takes time for you to go through and take your master's degree, your doctor's degree, your bachelor's degree, whatever. It takes time. If you have a goal to get a certain place in your company, it takes time. And so through that, you will learn that you will have to tap into the peace of God. And the peace of God tells us, and I talked about today on the prayer challenge. We talked about how God says pray about everything. Prayer is a daily necessity for daily victory. And as a leader, as somebody who's striving for purpose and wanting life to happen, great things to keep on happening, you want to make change in your family, your household, your community, you have to have a consistent prayer life. You have to have that relationship with God, so God can continue to keep pouring in the wisdom that's needed, that's necessary for your next step, your next level, right? And you can't have clarity without God. Confusion comes to those who don't have the proper relationship with God, because they're not able to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly and be able to understand it and digest it, right? And wisdom comes, the ultimate wisdom is God's wisdom. And if you can learn how to maneuver and move and do the things that God has called you to do, and be like you can accomplish everything that you've ever wanted to accomplish. And not only will you accomplish the things that you desire to accomplish, God will exceed your expectation. And so today we're really focusing on time and process. Your time, your process, all that filter, it starts through prayer. If you can spend time in prayer, it will allow you to prepare you for the process that you'll have to go through. And that sometimes it'll lead to restlessness, but the restlessness is for you to grow, for you to learn, to be who you're called to be. And sometimes that restlessness is you shedding some old thoughts, some old things, some old approach that you thought used to be good, that used to work. You don't need to approach it like that anymore. I remember hearing many successful people talk about how when they first got with their mentor, some things and some instructions they told them to do didn't make sense. I've heard half of them say, I did listen to my mentor and I still got the same result. But as soon as I did what I was told to do, I got the results that I always wanted and more. So this is me talking to you, telling you that there's a process. It takes time. It takes you praying to God. It takes you reading the Word of God. It takes you learning new things, exploring new, working on your how to communicate effectively with people. It's going to take you doing the strange, overcoming things that might be obstacles that might be sent your way. But do it with joy, do it with grace, do it with honor, do it with integrity. It's going to take all these things. But when you look up, in the end, you will win over time. And you'll understand how it feels, and how my mentor talks about, you're going to be walking in victory after victory after victory. And so this is day number 17 of the Walk With Me Challenge. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.